I was out kicking around today. My father revealed something, I've always known, but I've only known part of it. I didn't know the whole thing. Think about it. Sixth day, he created man in his image. Everybody's always spoken saying how the number 6 is incompleteness. That things aren't finished until on the 7th, like he rested, because he finished all of his work. So think about it. Everybody wants to look at the scriptures and wonder what 666 means. And if you turn your heart over to my Father, he'll pick you up and start showing you all these things. So, there's 3 6s in a row. I mean, I know the numbers varied by writing and translations and Pirate 115, and nothing's really truly understood. But did you not notice Abraham was a plan of uprightness? He walked with God. He showed his kids how to walk, and they dwelled among him. And then we got a period in which they went into captivity of Egypt, after Joseph. And then Moses picked it up. And notice how he Israel said he wrestled with God. But what does the Almighty say right after the whole Cain and Abel thing? And my soul will not always strive with man. He's done striving. The day of rest is upon us when he finishes and completes his work, what he intended to do. See, on the first day, we see Moses. On the second day, he cast down Israel with send a flood of nations upon them. Babylon come. The prophets spoke out against it. Jerusalem talked about the destruction, and man was let out again. There's day 2. Captivity, Egypt, Moses, Exodus, captivity of Babylon, restoration, temple rebuilt, temple number 2. And then what happened? They fell right back in the same boat, apostasy, as day 2. And then the rising of the morning sun come again. He sent men into Jerusalem. And it's the age of the Messiah. This is the 3rd time. And what happened? Everything's scattered once again. Everything is in a cycle. You ever heard of that vanity? Everything is vanity. That everything that was before and will come again. We're in a pattern. We're cycling around. But where man failed these 3 times, this next time is no failure going to be involved. He's implementing that new covenant where all men will be taught by him, not by man again. It's the completeness. It is the picture in the wedding of Cana, where he set up the 6 water pots of purification. They set water in it. This can represent certain books, but I'm not going to speak about that right now. But there was stone meant for purification. If it was earthen vessels made out of clay, they'd have to be broken every time they were used. But said they were stone, they're going to last forever. that they can continue on. But then the master of the wedding feast is, saying that they've run out of wine. This is representing the things of the old covenant. Jeremiah 31 through 34 states that because of what the fathers had done, that he will make a new covenant, not according to the ones that he made with their fathers, but this one, he will teach them. He will show them the way. He will give them all instruction. But we got to understand that, the beast, it was of nations, different nations. But it is all comprised of men standing over the waters, many waters being nations of people that are striving to learn and striving to understand, roaring up in waves, not fully figuring it out. But did you not see New Jerusalem? There's a vision of a sea of glass. Everybody is still because they're learning. They're learning and not having to strive to try to figure it out. So it's not casting up waves. Mankind will rest. All things will come forward. But 3 different time periods. Israel, time of the prophets, and the time of the Messiah. And all 3 of them ended the same way. In confusion. If you ever notice, the book of Genesis actually talks about creation of things. This is giving commandments and understanding and all that stuff. And then he puts a man in the midst of it. He created all things, put Adam in it. Created all things, put Moses in it. Created all things, put the prophets in it. Created all things, put the Messiah in it. This will not always be. Instead of putting a man in it this time, he's putting himself in there. No more. No more. So, come out of the doctrines of men, the understanding of men. So let's stop going back. Jeremiah 43, verse 18 and 19 actually talks about this. That no more shall we look back. Because a new thing is going to be done. Not as men have always strived to try to do it on their own. This time, he's going to do it for us. Now, Revelation 22, verse 14 and 15 actually talks about, blessed are those who keep his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life. But all that do not, and all things that offend, stay outside, including the traditions of men. And what ends up happening is they create their own way, doctrine on top of doctrine, and it ends up becoming a lie. Did you know you shall make no image, nothing in the likeness of anything in the earth or in heaven, or that is upon the earth, or that is in the earth, or in the sea? Why? Because men end up worshiping their own creation. We don't need to worship our creation. We need to worship the Father. Man has always worshipped according to man, except in the generation of Abraham. The promise that he gave to Abraham in Genesis 15, He says, I'll bring your people back in the fourth generation and give them the land that I promised. Everybody just assumed that the 400 years that he spoke about was talking about the 400 years that they would spend in Egypt. But the fourth generation was another time frame. So the first was Moses, the prophets the second, the Messiah the third. We're coming into the fourth. And it's going to be the day of rest, the final. And it says all those things are outside. And Isaiah 66, verse 24 actually says that we'll look upon those who deny and do not understand and come to the fullness of his understanding. We'll look upon them, but there's a lot of symbolism going on there. Yeah. It's a fire, but it's a fire of judgment. That they'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth, and there will be complainers and grumblers, and they won't know where to go because everything will fail them. But blessed are those who keep his commandments. So come back to the Father, and he will teach you all these things. First, ask for the Spirit to guide you through his word, guide you through the water that he sent before us, and the pastures that he deems to be righteous and green and good for food. We cannot decide that on our own. You need the helper. His kingdom come, his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Hallowed be his name. So, just something to think about. And y'all have peace until later.